Okay, well,
More revenue for us.
call order minutes. Has everybody had a chance to read?
Yeah, make motion to approve minutes.
Yes. You have a second?
Second.
And all in favor?
Aye.
Good.
Okay.
We got it.
Bills you have, do we have a motion to
Make
approve?
motion to approve bills as listed.
In a second, that one.
All in favor? Old business. Nothing. Oh, that's what you're looking for.
Yeah.
Let's see, that goes straight.
That goes to me.
Yeah, you know the color, huh?
I know we covered that.
Okay.
Don't they have to have two signatures?
Yes, not on that one, unless you'd like to pay it.
No.
What was the increase on the number of airplanes in and out? That's been pretty good.
Yeah.
So, a lot of out-of-towners.
What's,
Yeah, for fuel.
Good fuel.
Fuel
For
is
fuel.
good.
Okay.
For fuel, yeah.
And a helicopter.
Yeah.
We just get
supposed
one
to
in?
be a check in
You
there
just get
for,
one in?
One helicopter?
Yeah,
There's another one in there now.
okay. So
Yeah,
there's two here?
There's two here now.
we is missing a check for REC.
I thought it was in there.
Well, Fairchild Communications was stuck to it. Under the,
Oh, I hope it's not sitting on my desk.
let's see what's in the,
Just keep going to the pile.
or whatever it is, you can look at it now. Oh, this is that.
Have any liquors for the apartment or the house?
I had a couple people that, you know, were interested, but they don't have appliances,
Supposed to be something weird.
so they had to get an apartment where they had that stuff, so.
Yeah. Somewhere.
Nobody there?
No check.
Generally must be sitting that,
Isn't that nice? All right.
Running an awful lot of electricity over in this old building, aren't we?
What's that?
I just chimed in a little bit.
I didn't hear you.
That's good. I just said there's an awful lot of electricity going over that building.
Must be that repeater.
I think he's been charging up his Nissan Leaf.
We gotta get you involved some way, say.
Okay, so under old business, we have the option to close out our 1836 lighting project.
Speaking of which, you know all your lights are on?
I noticed,
I see that.
if they don't shut off in 15 minutes, then take another look. Some guys just fly over and click them on, so, don't know why, something to do, or maybe they're at another airport and within range, you know. So what do you think?
Well, let's see, in the last paragraph says, as soon as the project is formally accepted and required 30 days, which they have 30 days, waiting period, following acceptance is elapsed, and assuming they have completed the few remaining punch list items, then the final pay request will be released. But I guess if we got a punch list, they need to be completed. That's the way we do our business.
I haven't seen the punch list. I assume Carl's been going through it.
We're talking about seating.
Seating and covers for...
Those covers, those cans,
And holes or whatever.
yeah, whatever they are.
As long as we're holding their retainage, we got a little
Second,
leverage. Getting things completed.
As soon as you sign that, then they want their money. 30
They have
days.
their money and it's a long time, and they'll do it maybe when they feel they got the time to do it.
I guess. I got one question,
Or they won't do it.
once you get done with that. What's our contract, whatever it is, for Fairchild? Is they supposed to come up and look at that thing quarterly, or have they, or what?
They are supposed to inspect it monthly and make sure that it's operating within parameters.
But have they?
I don't know. We get the bill, they sign it off.
But the book doesn't show that they come only, what, twice a year? If that.
I don't know.
Maybe
The point is
their
that
book is in the drawer.
they guarantee it. So if there's any kind of a problem, it's all on them.
So if it didn't go down, we could say,
Well, if it went down or if it was not up to spec when someone used it.
seems to me like we should give some supporting document that they were up here at such and such a time, or, you know, even if they didn't sign the book or whatever, their own or something.
They may have their own. I have a
That's, I
feeling
guess,
they
the
drive
question.
straight out there and take a look and take off.
Yeah, they're supposed to come back and sign that book.
Well,
I don't know.
Anyway,
At the bottom of the check bunch is put on there, that we'd like to have a signature on the book.
Monthly,
Yeah.
this man's gonna call.
well, we put it in two places. If they see it opening up, it might make an impression.
Okay.
yeah.
And if they read it, they'll do it.
Have you seen any punch list, Julie, on this?
I have not.
Do you think the 5% retainage is going to take care of our problems?
What was the total project?
I can't tell you the total project, but it was over the original estimate because we added on the wiring and paid for it.
What were we?
It was over 100,000.
Okay, so that's, yeah, that'll cover 5% of that.
Yeah.
They should cover it.
So should we proceed? Because that's.
Well, but we don't have it,
What?
we don't have it completed.
Charge the sales tax or something.
And until we get that completed, I
They
don't
have to
think we
charge
ought
tax on
to
it.
release the retainage. That's what that
They have
retainage
to
is
charge
for.
some tax.
The-
To get
Sales tax.
things done
That's
in
what
the
they
end.
told me.
Right.
No, they don't, we're exempt. That says sales tax.
In our project,
Say
when we do
usage
those,
tax.
we make sure the
This is their
contractor
last-
retains it, or gets everything done. 100, okay, so 10% of that,
better.
half of that's
This is our summer fill.
$5,500. Yeah, but he's gonna release
So
that.
what's that, $3 and some sales
No, I don't
tax,
think so.
they say?
That's what it says here.
I can call
That
and
isn't
ask
what he
them.
told me.
'Cause sales tax means sales tax on something, and we're
30
exempt,
days.
they should know that.
Once we sign this.
That's right.
I'll call and ask them.
We can take that off if that's the case.
I'll run it by him one more time.
Okay.
The
You know,
only thing we'd have to do is probably.
it's not Carl's
Fuel
fault,
tax,
but then
but
Carl's gotta get on
Maybe,
their case and get them out
might be
there.
something, you know, I don't know.
And that's the only way we have leverage.
I'll call
Get
them.
people
I
to
know
finish
she'll
up
probably
jobs,
call
is
it.
you'll get your money as soon as that job's
Let's
complete.
credit it.
We've held money for
Oh, I guess that's.
10,
So
12
what's that?
months, just because they won't get there. They don't have the, there's someplace else working and they don't get it done.
Jimmy, you wanna hand me that sheet right there?
This?
Yeah.
Let's see the top sheet.
That one.
That's the one, you know what you want?
So I'm telling you, no punch list. We won't close out
Until the punch list is completed. Now, the only thing on there is the seating, and that's gonna be kind of a hard thing to determine until we have some growth period
yeah.
and get rid of this hot weather.
I showed him pictures
Yeah.
of the areas and they didn't appear to have been seeded, so.
Until you see a punch list too, is that what you're saying, or until the punch list is done? We need to see it too.
We need to see it so that we
Okay.
can make sure that it's done.
Basically, what you're saying, this cover should be on.
whatever's on that list.
Oh, in other words, they didn't give you a copy of the punch list, so we don't know.
I haven't seen one.
Nice.
Okay, another old item is about future projects. I see that we were announced in the paper as having received money. We're not gonna take it this year, we're gonna take it next. And that was fine, because we've been going round and round with Scott Tenner at Kansas City. And so, no project for 2011, this next year.
So you're just gonna bank that,
Yes, it will carry forward.
so they'll do the planning or whatever it is next year then.
Airport layout plan. Actually, next year is going to be the wiring for the PAPIs, wiring and installation of the PAPIs.
Okay. That's already, oh, the wiring isn't it kind of redone, or just need to put the PAPIs in?
The wiring is in, but
Yeah.
it'll be part of the next project, so we can get paid for it.
So the new ones would be like what we have over on the
Yeah.
crosswind then,
And will be consistent all the way around.
so we have all the same.
Because from all that I've heard, that Pulaski doesn't exist anymore, so good
So
luck.
basically, the one down the end of the runway be
What?
bye-bye then, huh?
Yeah. Why, is there something wrong with it?
No, I just, so I can delete the manual someday.
So no federal project for 2011.
Anyway, we will update according to, okay, take a couple of steps back. In here, he says that it should be updated every 7 to 10 years. We're at 11, I think, so far. So I thought we were at the point where we should update it. According to Scott Tenner, our projects have been approved for the next 3 years or so, and so we don't really have to have a current one until those are done, because everything's been approved on that older plan.
Oh,
Okay?
you do the projects and then,
And then we've got two wild cards, which is a GIS and EALP. I like all this is good. Good old ALP, it's, the paper plans, everything's good. GIS, they're gonna come up with, this is an electronic system to survey the airport, mark off everything. Every cotton picket light has its own designation, its own location. Everything about the airport is laid out on this GIS. The GIS is used to create an EALP, electronic airport layout plan, okay? And so it's just a little foggy right now, including with the feds, as far as how all this is gonna come down, so putting it off a couple of years turns out to be a good thing. Okay?
yeah, so you
So
can,
basically with that electronic thing, they're mapped, and every year they just have to add the little thing, and then it's
Yes,
like
they just make the small changes instead of a huge
so
redo.
it costs something at first, and after that, they just like,
It's just a topographic survey, electronically produced, and
And it includes aerial surveys. the whole-
it's like AutoCAD where you can go in, is what I'm thinking, and
Yeah.
change things and
Very much so.
save it, then next year add something to it.
And anyway,
we do some of those.
oh, you do?
Oh, yeah.
'Cause that's supposed to be pretty wild stuff. Anyway, we've been round and round on that, and I have all the correspondence, and we finally settled on this, and he thinks that's wonderful, so there we are. And if you want to have a look, there's the pile. Any other old business?
What do you want to do with that? So just,
he's gonna have to write a check and,
That's my reminder. I know, I've got it somewhere. Take care of it. New business. Julie spent some money for us.
Well, I haven't got it yet, but yeah.
When do they expect it?
Well, she said Tuesday or Wednesday, but I didn't get the call, so.
Is that what you're expecting or something this weekend or something? What the heck was it?
No, this is the fuel.
Oh, what was it you called me about the other day? Something about fuel, then there's somebody need. What was it? Where they, oh, I was going on the way to Ankeny.
So where's
Anyway.
Fairchild's at?
That's supposed to be in there too.
Well, it is, but where's the bill part? Oh, wait a minute.
It was, oh, there was a statement or not back?
You did Fairchild twice.
Oh,
That's where it went. Okay,
Boy, one of those.
So, yeah,
yeah, my
we
printer,
need to void one,
my printer did a
or
fine.
do you want me to just void it and leave it in the pile?
Yeah, go ahead.
That's why it was, I didn't race and put Fairchild. Alright.
Which number are you avoiding?
I voided 3669.
You do that to
And
that.
then create an REC.
And 3665 is Fairchild.
That's where it went, okay.
So I voided the 9 one.
That explains it. Okay, anyway, Julie bought 4,000 gallons of low lead when it's delivered.
And yeah, I don't know the price until it is delivered, so.
So we're down below 2,000, so that'll bring us up and we'll be good.
That's what I asked, and so.
All of the crop dusting and whatever else
How
comes
much
up.
we? That's total for, no, okay. How much so far have we done for July? That's kind of heavy for a couple of days, wasn't it there?
Yeah. And they're gonna start spraying again.
561,
For June.
Yeah, because I don't know what to fill, I think what, about
That was June, wasn't it?
100 and some gallons or 200? Because Phil had 3, right,
Mhm.
for all that. They had, what, 2? One was $500 for.
Yeah,
one.
Warren Mack. Remember him, Matt?
mm-hmm,
He flew in this month.
good for him.
Yeah,
I wonder what for.
he's got that big twin. He wanted to go see people down in Wall Lake, wasn't it, Jim?
Yeah, he said he had some people there, and,
Because his mother died, she
Yeah,
was
she
down
died.
there.
because he said there, oh, I said, oh, yeah, he used to have the car out front there.
Yep, he was at the little white car out front.
Nice guy,
Nice guy.
yep.
Because he called me up, said, you want to know if you're right at a certain time there, I said, sure, just call me and let me know. In fact, I think I came out here in a half an hour doing some other stuff. In fact, I worked some amateur radio contacts on, see if I can get a clearer signal out here, so.
Less noise.
Yeah, so he called and said, sure, I'm here, come on up. So, like I said, it's worth $500 sale, so.
Anyway, that'll take a bite when we pay for that one.
So that, what, your under 2,000 includes what we already sold, or?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so.
They say who else they were splitting it with?
Didn't tell me that.
Not your problem.
Nope.
Okay. Change order number 2 lighting project, which was what?
I gave you that copy, and I need it back because they all have to be signed.
Is that in that pile?
It's the one I brought over and put in your mailbox.
Which, this one, this one.
Yeah, with the traffic, that's
It's right here.
860 Golf Line, left downwind for 14 Jefferson.
There's supposed to be 4 copies. I gave you 1 and I kept 3, and they all have to be signed. So you've got to find it.
There's one in here.
Because after you guys approve, then the council has to approve, correct?
Yeah.
So I need all 4 copies.
Okay, it's evidently as built or as put on the project versus what that was on the plans. Looks like it's $1,400, 1,443.
Joe?
I remember it, I just have to dig for it, I thought it was in there. Too many visitors this month.
Okay, we had,
There's another one that somebody wants to look at.
looks like extra cable in the trench, which was $300. We had 2 deducts of almost $300, so that cost us $18 for that. And then the next is cable markers for $400, conduit, 2-inch in the trench, $182. That was taken out. Conduit, board in place was an extra 115 feet. Which was a couple $1,000. By the time we subtract everything, the 1425.50 was change order. So it went from 109,833 to 111,277 with change orders. That's what that amounts to. We had a plus, 2 minuses. That was first time. We had minus, minus, plus, minus, came to 14, something there.
Okay, I know what I'm looking for.
Okay.
Plus all those other papers that I gave you, did you send all those to Carl?
That conduit went up a little bit.
Yeah,
All that stuff he said he didn't have?
right now that stuff started.
Remember, I put all that in your mailbox.
Conduits and
Oh
electrical.
my God, I hope
stuff.
you have it, because I put a note on there, I need these back.
I never throw anything away. It's there.
There's that one.
Yeah, because he said he didn't have those sponsor certificates and all that stuff, remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Well, they use
And I
that
gave them to you.
bare
We'll take a look.
counterpoise wire or something for it.
You may be over at my house digging, you
This
never
is
know.
bare counterpoise wire. Just part of the ground system or supposed.
Yeah.
So then all they laid some copper wire in the trench and put ground rods and for grounding the system, I suppose, or.
Right, rounding rods, usually takes a couple of them every 10 foot apart when you
So in other words, the
terminate
system
those.
fairly grounded and.
Especially on
Airport
airport.
wells out here.
So did you scan those to him, or don't you remember, or what?
At this point, I'm gonna have to go look.
Because I wanted to know if that was everything you needed. Hi,
Hey, doesn't I'll interrupt.
no, you're fine.
Make a note and we will go over it.
I got it, right here.
Okay.
So, are you guys
So,
gonna approve this?
am
or
I
not?
assigning this?
No, the city, the council,
has to
the
approve it.
council
Okay.
has to.
Are we approving this so the council can approve?
Well, wait a minute, it says airport commission, that's you guys.
Yeah, they keep putting us down as owner, technically we're not. Maybe we just throw it at the city council.
It's up to
I guess you need a note on there that.
Well, he knows it.
He
He's
knows it.
changed that on some items.
He knows it.
Yeah. But
I'm pretty sure the council still has to approve this.
I'm sure they do too. But what there is those extra items was
Yeah.
placed on the project.
All we have to do is make a motion that we accept.
You guys accept it, and then I give it to the council for them to.
The recommendation is make pavement.
So we have
We got a motion.
Motion.
Second.
to recommend.
We'll make a motion.
I'll second it.
And all in favor? All opposed?
Yep. You vote yes?
Yeah, I said yes, and
I did.
he said opposed, and then you said yes.
So we have,
You counteract,
There we go.
contradict your.
Doc, you give me a hard time. Take out my note. Got any people coming out and learning how to jockey an airplane around yet?
A little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of the contractors from Mapleton's been driving over, flying, so.
Maple. That's a pretty good haul.
Yeah, he's up here building over there at Mapleton. He's actually from,
St. Louis, or down Lake Ozark, Missouri.
yeah, from Missouri, and he's up here now building, and so he wanted to take some lessons.
The guy
You
that
should have a sign off in a
airplane
month,
is-
shouldn't you?
What's that?
Should have a sign off in a
Has
month.
the airplane out here.
He's got 78 hours in a helicopter,
We're gonna take lessons here.
so
Oh,
he's
still.
picking it up real fast.
Still in it.
If I get him to quit buzzing the trees.
I remember talking to a helicopter pilot, and he always made his instructor really nervous because his idea of slowing down, you know, was pulling back and.
We have that problem on shore pilot.
So most of the other stuff he knows pretty good, just to get transition to.
Yeah, he likes to take off and stay about 50 feet above the runway and just skirt the trees. And we'll do that in Doc's plane, not in this one.
So you haven't done the throttle back and now what question?
No.
50 feet. Okay, well, I think we're down to Grant Wells.
That's you.
That's me. That's yes.
Welcome to the party. What do you have?
Oh, I'm Wells X-Ply. Just was wanting to call Julie and was wanting to see if I could cuss crop dust out of here again this year and what the parameters would be and
Do you recall any problems from last year?
the darn tanker sitting here for quite a while, and it was the airplane applicators tanker, and I totally thought they had it, and it was a miscommunication, and I do apologize completely for that, and that definitely will not happen again. I'll get my own semi up here and take it out right away, and there's no excuse for that at all. That was a big inconvenience for everybody.
It was. We were beginning to wonder if it was a donation, you know?
Yeah. I don't blame you. I
Um,
don't blame you at all.
So no problem with that, you're aware of it, and,
Yes, yep, and I totally apologize about that.
and we absolutely need space, you know, to get
I know.
aircraft in and out.
I know it.
And we have another guy operating helicopters out of here. Are you
Okay.
aware of him?
Uh-uh.
Okay, Julie, you want to bring him up?
Yeah, he's got a couple helicopters over here in this red and white hangar,
Okay,
and he will be flying, well, he won't be actually flying out of here because they have a truck that
They
they
land
land
in
on.
the trucks, yeah.
Yeah, so they will be at the fields.
Okay.
They'll just have to pull in and get their fuel, and then they're gone again.
okay,
So basically, they don't have anything sitting out here.
okay,
Yeah,
Shouldn't be a problem, except they have to get it out of the hangar.
yeah, they have to get
Okay.
in and out of their hangar.
which is
The red and white one right here.
the big one?
Yeah.
Up front?
Yeah.
Okay. We can't,
So,
we'd have to try and, we can work with you on where to set up for sure.
Does he need the full width of the door, or half the door, or what?
gosh, I don't know, I have to ask him if he can squeeze in and out of there smaller than the door.
So you do land and you just push it in, or?
I think they just push it in,
Mhm.
yeah. It's on a little cart,
Right,
yeah,
Could use the blade, they can,
yep.
yep.
That's one thing this weekend they got to see is an osprey. Bring pilot sitting out front of the Ankeny Airport, so we took us down there, we got a picture in there, and he let us go inside and look around and watch him take off. That was kind of awesome, watch the old, there, there's about 200 feet he's up, then you can see him buzz the airport, then he just kind of lowered the,
Neat trick.
going from Utah back to their home base in Maryland, just halfway.
That was a fuel stop? Or?
Yeah.
So where you're going to put a fuel truck here, is that what I'm hearing?
Well, yeah, I mean, obviously willing to listen to whatever you guys want us to do. I will be working with the same airplane company that CPS will, so there won't be any, we'll kind of, me and CPS will both be kind of knowing of the schedule. If there's two planes here, they will be friends, and they will communicate with each other on where they'll land, and there won't be any confrontation or miscommunication there. So yes, that company will have a jet fuel tanker.
So it's gonna be two of those big turboprops?
Yes,
Those are
one
big.
of the white ones, an 802. They'll send another one if it gets really busy. One for a few weeks, or a week and could be a week. I'm open to suggestions if there's a different area of your airport that would be better.
Well, you know the needs better than we do as far as space,
Yeah.
so if you have any suggestions.
Last year I had two tankers. I had a tanker of water and a tanker of fuel, and we were wondering about maybe I have it's 8 foot wide by 12 foot tall. That's a plastic poly tank that I could keep. That would take a less condensed space. 12 foot tall, 8 foot wide instead of a long 40-foot trailer, and keep my water there, and then at night pull in with my water tanker and just fill my water, come into my truck and my tanker and just fill my plastic tank up. That I thought would help with space, and 8 foot you can shove that, and it's round, 8 foot, so you can shove that almost in the corner.
So what you got for containment of spills and whatever?
According to the I guess we'll follow all the EPA or the legal codes. You have to have like a small, almost pool size water for if you get it on you. We're not spraying herbicides or 2,4-Ds or anything like that. It's fungicides, so the EPA, I guess, doesn't require you to have the whole area contained or your loading area contained. I guess we use all dry lock fittings, so that means that the fittings don't drip coming out of the airplane. So most chemicals should be contained just in the cheminductors and all the one-way valves and the dry lock fittings that we have, I guess.
What about your fuel containments?
Fuel containments, again, my understanding is as long as the fuel is on wheels, or any of it is on wheels and on trailer form, there's no legal containment that has to be contained there. So if it's on a fuel trailer parked and dolly down, and I guess that's what we followed the last 4 or 5 years. It's been a fuel trailer dolly down on the blocks. And that's the same thing with fertilizers, or like I said, liquid nitrogen. If I can only have 5,000 gallons per farm legally without being contained. But if you had 10 tanker trailers sitting there full, that's legal for some reason. So I guess we'll abide by the EPA, the legal regulations, as far as that goes.
Okay. Does Iowa have anything on top of that?
No,
They just go with EPA?
right. The IDALs, Iowa Department of Lands, that's who I was referring to. Yes, they have their sets of codes, and then the EPA has their rules and regulations. Usually they jive, usually they're not.
And if there is a spill, who's gonna take care of it?
If there's a spill, the airplane company is sending 2 certified chemical handlers, I guess. They are trained on how to contain a spill or clean up a spill, and I obviously will also help in that situation.
Do they have?
There's nothing that, if it's spilled and went to the grass, there's nothing that would kill the grass. In fact, it probably would help it more. It's a fungicide, it's a disease inhibitor. So I would help with that, but the company also sends 2 licensed people to do that, and then also the airplane pilots are very, very versed in that as well. I don't think that would be an issue.
And you have copies of insurance and all of that?
Yes. Yep. They have liability insurance. I also have liability insurance, and it's pretty much a blanket. So if somebody get hurt, basically to liability insurance. So.
Okay, well, we would like copies of that.
Yep.
Make sure.
Yep. I've got that. The Evergreen Flying Services sent me theirs. I've got theirs too, a copy of their insurance.
Okay.
And they have insurance if they, if they spray somebody else's field or they're not supposed to or something too. Or if they kill bees or so.
Well, you dealt with them every day last year, so what do you have? I mean,
I guess I'm okay with them.
yeah,
You know.
I mean, as long as we have to get the helicopters in and out.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Other than that, that's it.
I like the idea of the water tank though,
Okay.
as
Good.
opposed to the great big trailer.
Yes.
You
Okay.
know, that's one less trailer,
Exactly. Yep.
we'll still have the fuel one, but
Right.
Oh, one other thing to bring up too, since we have Ken now, he's gotta get his plane in and out.
Like,
he's over here in this hangar, he's our
Sure.
pilot that gives
Okay.
lessons, so.
Yep. Yep.
So he's gotta,
Do you know Ken? Ken Myers from
I don't
Carroll?
think we've met. I met your pilots last year though.
Okay.
Didn't get a ride, but I met the pilots.
Yeah.
Maybe this
you're
year.
gonna sit in their lap, right?
yeah.
No, it's a 2-seater.
Oh, one of them was, wasn't it, or they both?
802 yeah, 2
Yep.
seaters.
What was it, 2
2-seater.
years ago, that little ride didn't enjoy or whatever?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I went up.
You remember that?
Yes.
Just look at your face.
Yeah. Went on a crop dust ride and it was good.
Didn't agree with him.
So,
And I understand they're going to certify a bigger one.
yeah.
Bigger plane yet?
Yes. Unbelievable.
And if they need room.
I might be moving to different airports too a little bit. Like I might be out here for a few days or Pocahontas. I got a customer north of Pocahontas. I might be used to
Move up there for a while.
Yeah.
Well, when you move, just try and give us as much room as you can.
Yes. Okay.
Otherwise, we're quite happy to have the activity.
When you move for those days, will you take the fuel tank with you?
The fuel tanker, CPS will be running, so
Oh, okay.
I don't think so.
It'll stay here, okay.
And if you and your guys have a way of saying thank you, we always accept that too.
Yes, you bet. We will. We will. Give you guys a donation. You bet.
And you've got Julie's number so you can call her day or night, right?
That's right.
Yes. Yep.
Well, I think we're okay then, aren't we?
Okay.
Anyone have any other problems? I mean, the biggest thing, of course, with chemicals is a spill,
Yes.
chemicals and fuel.
Right. Right.
You guys think you're ready for that?
Yeah. We're ready for that. They always the handlers who fill the plane and also mix the chemicals are very safety oriented. They're very slow with what they do and train.
You got all your proper signage and things like that that
Yep.
need to be there for public.
Yep. I guess the fuel tanker would be placarded, and the fungicides and Fungicides do not need to be placarded, but insecticides will need to be placarded. I can sure have placards, I have placards on my semis, I can have that stuff posted too, in a way.
Because it's actually public has access to all this, really.
Sure.
I mean, it's not that we want them here, but
Sure.
what does happen, does happen.
We've even had school groups out.
Yeah.
And they even inspect too.
Sure.
You've been inspected before out here, so,
Usually they come about every year, don't they?
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
They pop in sometime.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think legally you have to have it when it's there, but for everybody's safety, you know, we can get something there to help placard that. Make sure that, you know, and I'll advise the handlers too, chemical handlers, to not obviously let anybody go near the chemical sort of thing, and then we'll try and keep it in the corner inside the building. Is that okay, Julie, or
Yeah, we'll find it.
keep it locked under lock and key too?
Yep,
Okay,
yeah, that'll all be locked up.
it's in the corner of your hanger there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Can always take that skipper and push it back out of the way.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you if we could do that. Can we get that clear back in the corner? Okay.
Since it's flown so much.
Well, I took the cowling off to charge the battery, and as you can see, the
Yep.
When do you
cowling.
think you'll be starting?
They'll be here Wednesday of next week.
Wednesday of next week?
That, I'd like to try and work with you on getting tomorrow or Friday, getting a good spot for where you want things and
Okay.
get that stuff up here. I think they want to fly on Wednesday. I've already got probably 7,000 or 8,000 acres that are ready to go,
Wow.
so.
Okay.
So what's showing up this year? What kind of bugs or infections or whatever? What are they
Well,
after?
You know, it just seems like a fungicide. Everybody's spraying them on corn, even though there's a disease, because it keeps the plant healthier. And last year we had like 24 bushel gains. We didn't really have much disease. Corn $6.50 a bushel. A lot of farmers bought their inputs when corn was $3 a bushel, and now it's $6. So their inputs cost them a lot less. The profit margin on corn is unreal for these farmers right now, and the corn looks great. It's green. It's from corner to corner. They're all spending extra money to make sure the crop just tops out, looks nice. So they're all going to spend an extra $1 to make sure that happens. And then aphids for soybeans, or a must spray, and now we're getting, with the fungicide on the corn, a lot of them put insecticide on the corn just to help with corn leaf aphids, black cutworms, rootworm beetles that can cause you problems. So mainly just the price of the crops, everybody's going to want to spray them, and more insurance policy. It helps from fungicide helps the corn from falling over with wind, helps it stronger roots. So
Well, I was just wondering, some years, you seem to be after some.
yeah.
Nothing special this year, just.
Nothing special really. No. 2 years
Okay.
ago it was eye spot disease seemed to hit the corn bad, but this year it's just high profitability and everybody wanting to put an ump in their corn. So
Okay.
And that's all you're doing right now is corn?
yes, corn till aphids show up.
Yep.
Can't put something in against those damn mosquitoes.
Well, just about any insecticide will kill them, so. I'm sure
Oh,
we'll
good.
be-
Well,
If you can
town.
find them.
Just put a little in and
Yeah. I guess that's what's bad about working down there day, night shift for those thin night swamp mosquitoes.
Yeah, they're nasty.
Always nice
City
to appreciate it.
I think they sprayed 3 times already.
We can go Friday, or last Friday.
Do we as an airport now get anything out of this?
He said he.
Free will donation.
Compensation.
I would give you a donation if you definitely will do a donation.
I think he said it like 10,000.
Yeah.
That's what I was wondering, if it was a big one like that.
He didn't say no.
It's corn, but corn at 6 to 8 bucks a bushel, you're
It's the farmer, not
that has any bearing on it.
to charge airplane fee or airport fee.
We'll put you in charge of hitting up the farmers that they spray. How's that?
Yeah.
Okay, well, it's always appreciated because
Yes.
we're
Bet.
always running real thin around here.
Yep.
Well, we're all good with this then, no problems? I don't think we have to say anything officially, do we? We just, you know.
It's been
Yeah,
projects in the past.
Well, I want to apologize for that tanker to you guys too for last year, so.
I thought you figured we were pretty serious about that eBay thing, so.
About the what?
The eBay thing. So.
Yeah.
We were
Yeah.
getting more serious as time went by.
Yeah.
Anyway,
As is.
yeah, as is. No warranty, and no battery, as I recall.
yeah, wasn't it dead or
I
something?
think so. By the
The
time.
battery dead or
Yeah.
something?
Yeah, I think
We
so.
couldn't move it?
Yeah.
What
The
happens?
the pilot too was so upset with the owner. The owner, he just put it on the back burner, and it's not the way Larry does it, you know.
I know, I
Really
called
upset
and I
with him.
called and I called and I.
He was about ready to say, I'm going up there, flying up there and getting it, you know. That semi-tanker was supposed to go back to Rayville, Louisiana.
Mm-hmm.
He just had some fire call that they got called on.
Let's
So
have some
did it
good-
ever get back there? Did the-
Yeah,
oh.
yeah, they sent somebody out to get it.
Oh,
We must have some good roads between here and Louisiana, because that's where our fuel comes from.
Oh, yeah. Oh, your jet fuel or your,
We don't have jet fuel.
we have a little
Okay.
bit.
We should have jet fuel, but
you should for this.
But just
this
for a few
season.
months out of
I
the
bet-
year, boy,
I bet
that's a
this
tough
season would be- I think they use 80 gallons of fill, and they do 400 acres of fill. And last year we did 60,000 acres. I mean, I don't know a calculator, but
Mm-hmm.
is that 500? Well, no shit, they use that whole tanker. They use that whole 7,800 gallon, 8,000 gallon tanker.
One Decker's jet here for a little while, didn't he, or when he finally get out?
What's that?
Well, when the storms over Fort Dodge, you said Decker's jet was over here?
Yeah. See, we did out a storm.
okay.
That could be something, you know, you guys get a good buy on it and make it a requirement if they gotta buy the fuel from you, you know, might be a profit making thing.
But we'd have to drain it at the end of the year, because it's pretty much gonna, jet fuel has a very short life, you know.
I think, can't you, isn't that similar to, number one diesel? Can't you
Somewhat.
run that in your tractors or, it doesn't freeze, right?
Right.
Kerosene.
Yeah, it's kerosene, yeah. You can mix it with, cause I think they had, 2 years ago, they had extra and they wanna know if I wanna blend it with my number two and farm, and they said it'll make your number two thinner and last through the winter, and I actually ran it in my tractor, so.
As long as you're off-road, you're legal.
Yeah, right, yeah.
Okay.
We'll have to discuss that sometime.
Are we down to item 6?
Item 6, do you like that one?
Yep.
Do we have anything else for the cause?
Well, I just got the stuff in the mail and that, what you guys have. You read to it, Jim.
Which one is this? This looks like it's right up your alley.
Mine?
Yes.
I got more alleys that I'm up right now than I don't know how to get out of it.
Now, what do we got? I think I've seen this. Eden Hunt, yeah.
Well, this is in Sac City,
Yeah, that's the Sac City one.
individual.
Yeah.
So we keep one for our records. How many of those did we get?
What was there?
4, 5.
I should probably take one to the city.
No.
Let them have one.
And that PDF I sent you about small airports? I sent it to everybody.
I probably read it out.
Running a small airport, I finally got a print copy from one of the engineering companies, so that was nice of them, because I didn't want to print out 80 some odd pages.
Oh, okay. I think I did get that. I don't know.
Yes,
I don't
you did.
remember. I don't remember.
It's a reference, you keep it. If you lost it, I will send you another one. I'll send you one a week if you need it.
Send it to everybody.
I did, everybody got their copy. I don't know what they did with it, but I sent them a copy.
Have you been following this problem with the GPS?
Yes.
I wonder how that's gonna turn out.
Well-
I was thinking, like these guys that spray,
Are we adjourned so we can just have a
would that,
general?
I made a motion to adjourn.
Okay, do we have a second? And everybody approved by walking to the door. Okay, now, where were we?
well, I was thinking about these people that spray, you know, they do it with GPS.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
But